Hello and good evening, guys, and thank you for tuning in for episode 13. I think we've given it a few minutes now, so let's get things started. Okay, so at the end of the previous stream, I think we had a lengthy layoff before our next game. So I've just been simming through that. Evening Ahab. I'm not quite sure if that's how you pronounce it there, but do let me know if I'm wrong. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm anticipating a little bit of a slow start to the stream because I know there's been a lot of football on. I think there's a game just kicking off now as well, so. But I imagine the regulars will be in when they're free. Now we'll leave the scouting meeting for a little while till we're closer to our game. So I could be wrong, but I think this is the first time that you've been in the stream, Ahab. So just give you a bit of background if you like. We are playing on the Aswijan database created by Chilled Moose. I'm not sure if you're aware of it. It's a great database, really good detail. She's essentially created 3 divisions in a fictional country and populated it with individual teams, created the badges, all the background for the clubs, etc. It's fantastic. And yeah, we are playing as previously the worst team in the country. Hoping to take them to the top of Aswijani football. It's going pretty well, I might add. We had our first season in the top flight last year and finished 9th when we were favourites to go down. And we've started this season pretty well. I'd highly recommend the database they have. I think, especially as FM20 is coming towards the end of its cycle, you've probably played a few saves by now. And this offers something quite different. It certainly captured my imagination. I've currently got this save going, which I bring to the community via live stream. Then I've got a personal save with Le Havre in France, which I'm really enjoying actually. I'm kind of gutted I didn't turn that into a series and release episodes. Oh yeah, sorry. So it's completely integrated. So if you have a look at our starting 11, we've got some players. So Van der Merch is French. I think I purchased him from Caen. Pires, Portuguese player. Voin is a regen from Spain. Abdullah Bar is a young player from Le Havre, French again. Gnonto, young Italian. And Louis Montagnier, who's obviously Romanian. So yeah, it integrates really well with the rest of the footballing world, so to speak. The only sort of negative is that obviously, like any country, it's got work permit rules, and being a European country, Azerbaijan, it has restrictions on non-EU players. So it's more difficult basically for your sort of South Americans, etc., to get work permits. That's the only thing that I'd maybe say could have been done maybe slightly differently. I'd maybe like to see a similar policy to the likes of Italy, in terms of you have maybe a number of non-EU slots that you can fill regardless of sort of player stature and work permit, etc. But this is the way it's been done, and it's a good challenge in its own right. And it forces you to look at, certain countries more than others. I think it can almost become too easy just to sign Argentinian and Brazilian wonder kids a lot of the time. I know it's very tempting to do. Whereas I've not been able to do that on this one. It's been pretty much European talent. Although obviously if you do want to bring in non-Europeans, you can do it. They just won't have a work permit, and you'll just have to play them in the reserve teams or loan them out and hope they get minutes, etc. Which if I was a club that had sort of better resources financially, I would do that type of thing. But at the moment, I'll just show you the finances. We've only got a few million euros in the bank. This club was actually in administration when I took over, so we had no money. So yeah, only a few million. So basically every penny's got to be spent on the first team. Whereas, maybe later on in the save, when we have more resources, we can look to purchase players that don't have work permits, loan them out, do a bit of a Chelsea, if you will, and try and bring players through like that. And when I say do a Chelsea, I obviously mean the current Chelsea team that actually gives the players minutes as well, rather than just loan them out for 20 seasons and sending them on. Good evening, Liam. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Gutted for you about the Villa result. To concede such a scrappy goal as well, after El Ghazi could have fired you 2-0 up at the other end. It's heartbreaking stuff. That probably looks like it's the final nail in the coffin, doesn't it, in terms of relegation. Okay, well, we've got a game nice and early in the stream, which is nice. Glad I simmed through the international break, I think it was. I think, to be honest, we're going to stick with the side that we went into the international break with. Yeah, I mean, I can't drop anyone who's on this kind of form, can I, guys? It's only fair to stick with them. Let's just hope that Firmino, our first choice left wing back, can play the majority of the game, if not all of it. We have got Gaffer on the bench, but a bit of a drop off in quality there. Can you see my transfers? Of course you can, Liam. What specifically are you wanting to have a look at, mate? Just the overall history for this season? Or are you wanting to see why I chose specific players? I went quite big on Abdullah Bar. And actually, I think this signing was one that made me want to do a save with Le Havre. So yeah, I mean, look at the attributes on this kid. He's still only 20. On my Le Havre save, he's 16 still. And he hasn't turned into this player yet, but he's well on his way. I'm playing him at the back. But, he can play across midfield as well. Do I scout certain countries? Yeah, like, as I was just saying, because of the restrictions on work permits for non-EU players, I do tend to do a lot of recruitment from Europe. So I've got a lot of French and a lot of Italian players on this particular save. But generally speaking, if I'm given freedom, I'll sign players from wherever. I'm not, I don't target specific countries as such. I've just been forced to on this one, really. So, yeah, we picked up Abdullah Bar. That was quite a late deal that we did. May have overpaid for him slightly, although he doesn't look like he's going to be a real player, so I'd like to think we didn't overpay there. Brought in a couple of players on a free transfer. Quite happy with this signing. Ronivaldo Santos. Strong looking regen. His crossing's already got up one, which is good. He's really physical, pacey, relatively tall for a fullback, determined. So then when he develops his crossing, he's going to be a real force for us at wing back. Backup keeper, not really worth going into too much. Yoshio, bit of a gamble because he's not very determined and he's unambitious, but we are mentoring him at the moment, trying to get rid of that unambitious personality. Again, there's a real player in there, we just got to get it out of him. You guys have probably seen Louis Montagnier on a few content creators' saves, or you probably use them yourself as well, to be fair. Van der Merch was a good signing. We were struggling for a first choice right back for a couple of seasons and picked up this man from Caen. Pretty solid all round, good defensively for a wing back. Crossing's not as high as I would like, so I'm training that on him, but I feel like he's a steady option. Takura was just someone we took a risk on because he was a free transfer. But as you can see, pretty pacey, powerful player. His composure and finishing could be better. He doesn't play up front for me. He plays off the right wing as an inside forward. But just a squad player to have around, really. Oh, no, we do not want to submit the team just yet. Okay, Yoshio can't make the squad because he's already played for the 23s. You're sixth in the Premier League, in the Championship, sorry, with Mansfield. That's pretty good going in your first season in the Champ. Curtis Jones is your best player. He's very good on the game. I've seen a couple of saves where he's turned into a really good player. I would always say, achieve what you can. I wouldn't deliberately try and spend a couple of seasons in the Championship. And I agree with Ahab as well. I think, the funds and the resources that become available when you become a Premier League side, you'll be able to invest enough in the right areas to give yourself a real go of staying up. So I would say just go for it, mate. Don't hold your team back. Okay, we're going to go with this side because, again, the match ratings over the last 5 games have been really good from everyone. Feel like we're maybe slotting into a bit of a rhythm. Playing against Al Araga, bit of a tongue twister, who I think came up last year. I think they're newly promoted, so make of that what you will. Okay, the boys don't like being told that we're favourites, apparently. Right. That's a good point, Liam. I'd certainly section off some of the funds that are made available to you to, try and invest in the youth. And if the club won't agree to, improve the facilities and stuff, which I'm sure they will actually if you become a Premier League side. But if they didn't, you could just artificially create a good youth setup by purchasing players for, really low fees from other clubs, sort of poaching them from other academies, really. And then sort of, bringing them through the system at your club. Maybe just buy a crop of players for the 19s and then focus on developing them. Okay then, guys, here we go. First game of the stream. Let's get creative from the off. get in their faces with that high press that we like so much. Excuse me. Okay, early chance of a set piece. Farino delivers into the box. Ooh! And it cannons off the post. Farino with a chance for a free kick again. Keeper makes a decent save. And Liakos is out here to take the set piece, the corner at the near side. Picked up on the edge. Darbo for Rui Perez, Liakos, Rui Perez again. These two playing a bit of football between themselves. And I'm not quite sure what that is from our right wing back. Oh yeah, you got to love a free agent signing, Liam. 100%, mate. I'm always looking for players that are, running down their contracts at their clubs and trying to sign them on a pre-contract. I love a bargain as well. Okay, throw in high up the pitch. Van der Merch with the throw. And it's out for a corner. Whipped in by Farino. Goes through everyone nearly. Liakos picks it up. Gnonto on the edge of the box. Through ball for Louis Montagnier. How's that not gone in? Oh my god. It's rolled across the line. Not sure how it's not crossed the line there. That's just some bullshit right there. Come on, boys. Let's get creative. Good save from the keeper. Not quite sure what we're doing defensively there. It's been an okay first half an hour. We've not exactly set the world alight. Farino now with the throw. Darbo comes over for the 1-2. Nice little ball into the feet of Indigai. Darbo whips it in back stick. And the keeper makes a comfortable save, clutching the ball to his chest and looks to play out with a long ball. But we turn it over, that's good. Okay, no, it's coming back at us, over the top. Chance for them to whip it in from the corner. We clear our lines first time round. Okay, they've kept it in play nicely for us, and that's the end of the highlight. Farino with a chance from the free kick, puts it wide. This might be a half-time team talk where I assertively say that we've not been good enough. Oh, or will it? Because we've just nicked one from a set piece, and we've had a lot of set pieces in this first half. Farino with the ball in. This time someone's on the end of it at the back stick. Voin is free as a bird back there. And just nods it home. Okay, that's better. Kean Flanagan from Birmingham. You got him for 100k and he's got 9 assists so far in the season. That's pretty good going, Liam. I can't say I've ever heard of him either, so well done for bringing a player to my attention that I didn't know about. Where was Voin from again? Just give me until half time, buddy. He is Spanish, but I will show you his player profile. Okay, we probably should have done better with that chance. Van der Merch with the throw. They clear their lines into the channel, and somehow he's broken through our defence. Keeper does enough. Rui Perez with a defensive header. Can we get out to the second ball? Maybe a chance here. Okay, he was offside, and that's the end of the first half. Not too bad, but I do think they can do better. Well, I know they can do better. We've not really been free-flowing. Any chances that we have had have kind of come from set pieces. See if we can change that in the second half. Right, so, Voin. He is a Spanish regen, I believe. We got him from Barca. Annoyingly, some of his attributes are going down. Not quite sure why. But he's pretty decent for a youngster. Only 19 years old. 6'3". Really good jumping. Really good natural fitness. He's brave. Good aggression. Good tackling. But it's just maybe his positional play that could be improved, which we are trying to improve through training. But you know, that's to be expected with a young defender, I suppose. He's already a 3-star player for us. We actually got him. Well, we had a free transfer agreed, but then in order to bring him in early, we paid Barcelona B 53k to get the deal done, because we were in need of a centre back at the time actually. So that's why we paid that fee. Let's get into the second half. I don't think I need to change any personnel just yet, but hopefully the boys come out of the blocks a bit more motivated than they were in the first half. We'll see. Here's Gnonto. And I thought he was offside. Yeah, what's he doing there? He's just strayed into an offside position before the ball's even played. Van der Merch looks like he's struggling a little bit. We've got to keep an eye on him. He's probably the first player we're going to replace. Here he is. Whips in a nice ball though. Okay, keeper gathers at his near post, sorry. That's a brilliant turnover. Pressure on the ball straight away. Gnonto's through on goal and puts it straight at the keeper. Slightly annoyed by that, I can't lie. Now they've turned over and they've got a 1v1 situation. We're racing back to get numbers back there now. We look like we've got some form of defensive shape sorted. Made him play backwards all the way back to the keeper. And good pressure on the ball, turns it over in our favour. Again, we shoot straight at the keeper. The finishing has not been ideal. Leakos with the ball now. Comes to nothing. I think after this highlight we'll have a look at maybe bringing Van der Merch off. Can he get across in here? He can, but it's cleared. Louis Menetinu. Van der Merch. Leakos on the edge. Can he get a strike off? Can. That is tame and awful. What an awful strike. Okay. Let's make the change. I think we'll go with Santos. Not as good of a cross with the ball, but he is very physical, very quick, very strong. So even if he doesn't get the cross in himself, he's going to cause problems down that side on overlaps. You know, 2v1 situations. Might engineer some space for another player to get themselves free. Not really happy with the way the front line have played either. Might look to change that. Maybe at the 70th minute or so. Okay, their goal kick. And easily turned over by us. Pretty much uncontested. Here's Darbo in midfield. It's a good ball out to the right wing back, Santos. Half decent ball in. Oh, the flick onto the back post and then Gnonto's there. But tame effort. Keeper saves it with ease, really. We've got some bang average performances from our front line. I feel like we need to freshen that up, which I think we will do after this highlight. Here's Darbo. Rui Perez. Darbo again. Finds Santos free as a bird in the right wing back role. Indigo Leakos. It's a poor strike from Liakos again. He's had a couple of them this game. Okay, so who can we take off out of that front line? The obvious choice is Montigny because he's a bit more tired, but Indegai's been very quiet. Very quiet. I think Grandjean's got to come on. Yeah, let's bring him on for Indigai up front. And then I'm debating between a change in midfield. Maybe let's give it 5 minutes. I'm debating between another change in midfield or a change in the wide area. Okay, Montigny's now on a 6.3 match rating, so I feel like let's just take him off. Sorry about that. Do you know what? Yeah, Takura, you can have some minutes. Mr. Spaceman's in the chat. Hello. Thanks for joining us, buddy. No problem for being late. You drop in whenever you like. It's actually only our first game that you're watching at the moment. First one we played this evening. We've played okay. We haven't really got going. I'll be happy with just the 3 points because the performance hasn't been great. But here's Grandjean looking to change that, but fires wide. Yeah, like I say, you haven't missed much, buddy. This is the first game. I would say we've been the better team, but I wouldn't say we've played well. Here's Gnonto. Farino down the left-hand side. And they clear that easily again. Darbo in midfield. That's a good ball. Santos picks it up in the wide area down the right. Flashes a cross in. It's not really got any quality though. Here's Takura. How have we not got the second? We are peppering their goal. We've had chance after chance. I think I agree with you there, Ahab. I think, yeah, the new basket does look a bit palacy, doesn't it? Oh, what a strike that is from Grandjean. Ball over the top from Darbo. Grandjean is on the last man, on the shoulder of the last man. Just peels into space. Look at this. Darbo's got the vision to see him in behind. Great ball. Grandjean. Doesn't even need time or a touch. That's a great goal. And it looks like all 3 points are going to be ours. Keeper has to make a good save there though. Really good save. For anyone that's tuned in that's thinking, what on earth is this abomination of a tactic and formation? This is my very own back attack tactic that you may or may not have seen online on the Passion for FM website and on my YouTube, obviously, where I've made a video about it. Believe it or not, it does get results. I suppose I've got to say I'm happy with the way they played because in the end, we got the job done. I feel like we've played better and lost games though, which I know is a strange thing to say, but it's true. Oh, I don't know. I don't really think we played some great stuff, but I'm just going to say it to keep the players happy. Yeah, you guys are right. A win is a win, and 2-0 is a solid job. It's just one of those games though, isn't it, where if you don't get the second goal and you leave them thinking that they're still in the game, You're just asking to concede a 90th minute equaliser, aren't you? Yeah, Voin had a good game. We did look pretty decent at the back. I know we did concede a couple of chances. Keeper had to make a couple of saves, but nothing too worrying. This game will be a test, guys, against Alhamja. They're a good side. Yeah, no, we never park the bus, Spaceman. Never. Not at this club. The only thing I do to try and close out a game against the bigger side is take the tempo down a little bit and just time waste. But we don't actually ever change the player mentality. We're always on attacking. Look, Santos is improving. His determination was actually 20, by the way, guys, which is one of the reasons I bought him. It's gone down, though, slightly. He has improved, but not quite enough for me to praise him. No worries, Liam. I know where I stand, mate. The missus comes first. Perfectly understandable. Not even down to positive. Nope, absolutely not, buddy. Absolutely not. We well, I personally believe that the best form of defence is to attack, rather than encouraging teams to come onto us too much. I think we should always go and attack sides, give them something to think about, and make them a bit wary of throwing too many bodies forward, because they know that we're going to try and hurt them on the break, which is what this is set up to do, really. So we engage really hard at the pitch. Sorry, there you go, out of possession. We engage really hard at the pitch with a high line. Mark them tightly. As you can see, we look to counter press when we lose the ball, and then counter the opposition when we do win it back. So, yeah, it's quite an aggressive tactic, but I found it does get results. And actually, I'm now finding it it does work with lower league sides. I'm currently using it with Le Havre, and it went unbelievably well with Le Havre. First season at the club, they were predicted to finish 9th, I think it was, and we won the league by a country mile. It was fantastic. We've got 23 clean sheets in 38 games as well, which is just ridiculous for such an attacking formation. And yeah, scored the most amount of goals in the league. I think we scored nearly 90 goals. I'm pretty sure I posted the screenshots on my Twitter actually, but yeah, I'm trying out with like a host of different teams. I'm asking, other people in the community as well to try the tactic out, with a range of different sides, and different resources available to those teams. It's not a tactic that you have to go and spend loads of money on players to make work either. You need the right types of players, but they don't have to be particularly expensive players. So, have I tried a tactic with a libero rather than a halfback? I have actually. This tactic evolved from me wanting to play with a libero. I was trying to really make it work and shoehorn a libero into the team. And then when I was looking at roles, I was thinking to myself, what do I actually want from that player? And really, the halfback I see it as being a perfect mould between the anchorman role and the deep line playmaker role. And it does the business for me. So in here you want a player that can do everything you need them to do defensively. They need to have really good mental attributes actually, or at least they need to be really good across the board. Like, as you can see, Rui Perez is a pretty average / good player all over the park. Really good composure, which is really important. yeah, and it's a bit cringe, but they're essentially your sort of quarterback player, to put it into American terms, if you will. They're pulling the strings, they're dictating the tempo of the game, but they're defensively, when everyone else bombs forward, we are left with these three players back here, and your halfback really is there to guard against counter-attacks, eat up counter-attacks, so that the rest of the team can stay hard up the pitch. And then in the transition, if we win the ball back early on, we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players in their half. Whereas with the libero, I feel like it's a bit more of a passive role. A little bit more of a passive role. Not to say it couldn't work. I just like having this zone of the pitch here where you've got a 2 and a 3 rather than a 3 here and then just your 2 wing backs. But yeah, like I say, it actually evolved from me wanting to play as a libero. And it's a little bit... I see where you're coming from with the whole Jorginho thing, Spaceman, to be fair. Because, yes, you need that element of Jorginho's play. He's a very good... what do you call it? Like quarterback type player. He picks out very good passes. I do think, though, that he lacks a little bit defensively. And so this role is more of like a... I guess I'm a Liverpool fan, so to put it plainly in terms I understand, it's more of the role that like Fabinho plays for us, where defensively it's obvious that he's an absolute monster, but then his playmaking abilities are actually really underrated. If you watch him play, he can really pick a pass, but what he actually gets credit for is his defensive capability. So in one of my other saves, actually, I used Eric Garcia here from Man City. So he was a centre-back, and I trained him to play half-back because he had really good passing attributes. I then upgraded from him to Camavinga, who was amazing here. Camavinga's a fantastic player. Hi Coxie, you right, mate? Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, thanks again for agreeing to try out the tactic with your new save. I'm really intrigued to see how that's going to come along. Do you just blog about it, or do you actually release episodes and stuff on YouTube as well, buddy? Because I do want to follow along. I don't mind either way. I'm just making sure I don't miss any content, that's all. You need a right wing back for that formation. Firstly, I would say the best way for me to explain it would be to point you in the direction of the post I've got on Passion for FM, because I've actually spent time articulating what you need from your right wing back, and I've been able to sort of refine it. You know how you can go back and revise what you've said with words on a page, whereas if I'm trying to explain it now, it might be a bit babbly and a bit, all over the place. But yeah, I've clearly identified the attributes and the traits and stuff you should look for in your wing backs, and again, it applies to both sides, right and left. It's not a lopsided or asymmetric formation at all. You don't need one to be better defensively than the other. They both need to be really physical, powerful and technical players that can, get up and down the pitch and can put a really good cross in the box. They end up playing as wingers most of the time. So, as I said in both the video and on the article on Passion for FM, what I've actually had quite a lot of success with recently is turning wingers into wing backs. When I say wingers, I mean like wide midfielders that play on the right and they're right footed. I've pushed them back into like a wing back role, and they've coped really well there, and they take on the position relatively quickly. Evening Llama, Lucky Llama's in the house. I was actually tuning into your Border Adventures episode earlier, which was very entertaining. The save itself is entertaining, but your commentary makes it enhances it, I think is the right way to put it. Okay, I've not been recommended this before. It's telling me so my backup left wing back is telling me to ask him to play killer balls quite often, which I don't tend to do, but I'm gonna try it out. He's got the attributes for it. Let's go with it. Let's get him to try killer balls. Oh yeah, I forgot we've got a squad player that wants out because he's not getting the minutes he wants. But let's be fair, it's a bit gutting because Westergren, he's a good player for us coming through the divisions. He's got good passing, but I don't know, he's just not really good enough to play at this level, unfortunately. Bitter sarcasm is the key to good commentary. I'll have to keep that in mind. So we've actually already had 3 complete newbies in the stream tonight, which is fantastic. Thanks a lot for tuning in this evening, guys. It's much appreciated. And it's good to have the likes of yourself, Llama, back in the chat. Not quite sure where some of the other regulars are tonight, but you know, it happens, they could be busy. People are allowed lives outside of FM, I suppose. Okay. We actually have one player that's worth keeping an eye on in our 23s. But only one. The youth intakes have been shite. Even though we have all of the right sort of things in place to encourage a good youth intake, which has been really annoying. One of the reasons I chose SF, although they were the worst club in the country, they actually had, for that level, they had good youth facilities, and I thought, you know what, if there's one way I can save this club, it will be by producing young players. Hasn't happened. We haven't produced and sold a single youngster yet, and we're now in our 4th or 5th season. Okay, yeah, good to see that Ronivaldo Santos is improving. He needs to hurry up and improve that crossing of his. Ah, that's not good. Learkos, broken lower arm. I'm going to get him to play through the injury with equipment. I always do it with broken arms. So instead of him coming back after like 8 weeks with no match sharpness whatsoever, he's kind of in and around the first team. I'll try and play him less, but he'll still be available. No problem, Coxie buddy. Thanks a lot for jumping in anyway. And like I said, I'll keep an eye out for your blog. And yeah, do let me know in the Discord and whatnot how your save's going and how you find the tactic. And again, like I said to you before, if you need any advice on sign-ins or you know you're having any teething problems with a tactic, just get in touch and I'll be more than happy to help. Other than that, enjoy your evening with the missus, buddy. So, where are we? Team selection advice is telling me to basically bench everyone. Not the best advice. Do you know what? I'm not going to make Dominici available for the 20s because he may well start this game. yeah, let's say how good the squad is in the press conference. Oh, no. I thought I might get a nice reaction from some of the players out of that, but clearly not. Yeah, I'm with you, Spaceman. I ignore the selection advice. I just go on performances and gut instinct, really. So obviously Liakos has just picked up that injury. I think, yeah, we'll probably drop him for Dominici, I would say, who has been unlucky to not be in the starting 11 this year, because for such a young player last year he played really well. So yeah, we're going to repay some faith in him. I think after his goal when he came on as well, I think we might start Grandjean up front rather than Indigai. He is technically the better player as well, but Indigai was on some good form before that game, which sort of justified his position as first choice striker for a little while. But it's healthy competition, to be fair. More than happy to have two strikers that are fighting out. Right. This probably will be a tougher game, so we're going to have to play a lot better. That's annoying. Isn't it annoying when a player fails to learn a trait? Try and get him to learn it again. Right, here we go. The game is upon us. So yeah, Liakos out for Dominici. Other than that, I think... Let's go with Grandjean from the start. Give him a game. Other than that, we'll go unchanged. Got a slightly bigger squad than I'd like to have, to be fair. I do like to keep it quite a tight squad. Sort of 22, 23 man squad. I'm not going to tell them to pick up where they left off, because actually we weren't that good. So I'm going to play the underdog card because we're away from home. If we'd played well in the previous game, I would have said carry on where you left off, but I don't know. We weren't as sharp as maybe I would have liked. We certainly didn't take our chances the way we should have. So let's get through this quick press conference. I don't like that question. I do not like that question. I don't like trying to... I don't know. It feels like a bit of a chess match in the press conference there. Yeah, you're not wrong, Spaceman. Big squad is more options, but I just think it's difficult to try and keep everyone happy. I do like to have a sort of best 11 then with like a few players that come in and out of the team. Having said that, I do need a lot of cover in the wing-back positions because they are such dynamic players, high energy. They're often the most tired after a game, so yeah, I need 2 to 3 players in those two positions. And yeah, like you say, it's always good to bring through youth players. I don't mind having a bigger squad if most of them are available for the youth teams as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So you promote them to the first team, and then make them available for the 20s, just so they're training with the first team and they're a bit more happy. And then obviously then they're ready to take their chance when you need them. Right, let's see how we get on. Second match of the stream, away against Hamja. Hoan to bring the ball out the back. Here's Van der Merch. Hoping he can have a better game than he did last game, because he tired pretty quickly and didn't actually play particularly well. Dominici gives the ball away. He's not particularly sharp, so that might happen a couple of times. Oh wow, and they're broken through our lines early doors. It's a tame effort though, and a good save from the keeper. Bit of a let off. Again, not the quickest of starts from us. Not at all. More possession for them. In the middle third of the pitch. Okay, we'll force them home at least. Nice little bit of pressure on the ball there. Not quite sure why two players are going down to close the keeper down, but okay, there's the turnover, which came from the pressure on the ball, making them go a bit longer than maybe they'd have liked. Van der Merch, crossing opportunity. Pick it up at the back stick with Farino. Here's Darbo in midfield, back for Rui Perez, pulling the strings for us. Finds Farino again. Can he get a cross in the box? No, he can't. This one's crying out for get creative, isn't it? Come on. No shot on target for us in the first 20 minutes. Bit slow when it comes to the old highlights as well this game, to be fair. Apologies for that. Now half an hour in with no shot on target for us. Let's demand more from the boys. Okay, well apparently we've had one now, but we didn't get to see it. Wasn't worthy of a highlight. Okay, here we go. Here's one. Or is it theirs? It looks like it's theirs. For fuck's sake. It's good pressure. Can we turn it over? They've got a lot of bodies in our half if we can turn this over. Okay. I mean, I'm not quite sure why the keeper's just banged it out of play like that, but... yeah, I'm going to have to put the rocket up these guys at half time, I feel. Just haven't really got into the game. That was not good enough. Can only hope for a more entertaining second half for you guys. Right, get back out there, boys, and do something. Get on the ball, make things happen. Get it into wide areas, create 2v1 situations, get crosses in the box. Good bit of possession for them, to be fair, but we've cleared it. Okay, and we lose it straight away. Just a bit cagey, this one. It's tough. Some pretty dire performances in the front line. And Van der Merch again has been shite. Okay, Darbo midfield. Finds Montagnier now. Wide right. Can he pick someone out? No, he can't. But we do get the corner. Farina with the delivery. Bar on the edge. Nyonto. Hoan. Farina with a chance to cross again. He doesn't. He goes for the shot and it's a very tame one. A very tame one. And I think... Oh wait, no, we've got a highlight. Okay, Dominici. Ball into the box. There's the header. Glances over the bar. Now we'll make a change. Okay, Van der Merch, you've been shit. So, Santos, is your time to shine, son. Oh no, wrong sub. Santos, come on. What can you give us? Now, the whole of the front line have been terrible. So, I mean, where do I go with this? I would say that the main problem has been the supply lines. I wouldn't say it's Grandjean's fault in particular. I think Louis Montagnier's had a bad game. He's not getting on the ball enough, so I say we look to bring on Sommer. And then we move Nyonto over to see if he can be more effective from the other side, give him a chance. If not, he'll be the next one that's hooked off. Come on. He had 2 shots on the goal all game. Let's try working the ball into the box as well. Oh, fuck off. My sub has got a tight thigh. Do we go for it with the second striker? Or do we just change the striker who's had a poor game? I think because we're away from home, I am just going to go, I'm going to stick with the shape. Because an away point wouldn't be a bad one against these guys. We'll stick with the shape. We'll just sub the striker and just hope that Indigai can get on something that maybe Grandjean couldn't or wouldn't. Very cagey game. Here's Dominici in midfield. Santos, Dominici again. Santos with a cross. Then, oh, what a save! I feel like that was probably the chance if we were going to get one. Oh, and they clear their lines. I think that was it, guys. That was the chance. You don't miss chances like that and win games. Farina with the throw. Rui Perez pulling strings. He decides to go backwards, and that's the end of the highlight. Fuck's sake. Get a foot in. Come on. Win the ball back. Wow. Okay, keeper's having to keep us in with a chance of a point. Again, he's had to make a save. It's a good throw to set up the counter-attack. That's what we want from him. Farina's run it out of play. Are you fucking shitting me? What is this clown doing? That happens so often on this game as well. Players just run it out of play unnecessarily. I think we just have to write this one off and take the point, guys, to be honest. Apologies for this. It's been shite. Oh, wow. I thought we were going to lose it at the death there. Okay. I say we just get out of there as quick as we can. We take the point. Tell them they were unlucky, move on. We haven't got going really. I know obviously we won the first game, but it's no surprise that the way we've played, we've come up against a better team and only just managed a goalless draw. Obviously, you could argue it's back-to-back clean sheets. Okay, well, yeah, 5 matches without losing. Wow, I think that's 5 clean sheets in a row as well. We're keeping it nice and tight at the back, guys, but just not playing the free-flowing stuff that we tend to up the other end. Which is frustrating. Only conceded 6. Wait, hang on. We've only conceded 6, but we've kept 5 clean sheets in a row. Oh yeah, that's it. We conceded 4 in one game, didn't we? That'll be it. We're actually 4th. I think we've played 2 more games than a couple of teams though, which is why we're up there. To be honest though, if we can just improve on 9th place where we finished last season, I'll take that. So, hang on. Okay, league games. That's a thought actually, guys. I've had a decent run before. I think maybe I've gone 10 games without conceding a goal before, maybe 12, something like that. Have you guys gone on like a ridiculous run where you've not conceded a goal? Like a single goal for God knows how many games? I think my best unbeaten run in terms of just matches was 42 with the save, my Menusa save on this database that features in my video actually. That was fun. With Northern Marine, you went 40 minutes without conceding. That's decent, to be fair. I must admit, you take on some challenges that I'd never dream of. So fair play to you for that. How many games did you go without conceding in the Russian second division, Spaceman? Out of interest. They all count, mate. It doesn't matter who you deal with. Okay, so traditionally, Mufala Maliki, they're not a massive team, but they seem to be overachieving this season. I'm pretty sure they made a massive signing as well. I think they brought in a big striker for a lot of money at the start of the season. No worries at all, Ahab. Thanks a lot for tuning in, buddy. I do appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully see you again soon. Hang on, did I just see that a player picked up a trait without me asking them to? Love it when that happens. Hubert runs with a ball through the centre. Love that from him. He's looking like he could be a player as well. Apparently not ready to play at this level though. Yeah, he's certainly one to keep an eye on. Got him on a free transfer from PSG. Finances are looking okay. Oh, you know, we'll do the scouting another time. It's fine. Yeah, we're gonna have to promise him some first team minutes. I feel we can't afford to lose him. Sorry, Remy Massey, need him as cover back there. Hopefully, we'll be able to deliver that for you, Spaceman, buddy. I'd quite like to see a nice big win, if I'm honest. Because in the previous two games, we've not really fired on all cylinders. This is probably the toughest game we've played so far, though. So if we come out and absolutely bop these guys, then I'll be surprised. But you know, you can't rule it out. This tactic does work against the bigger teams quite well. Amad Traore is a decent player, actually. One to keep an eye on. Okay, so can we deliver the win that Spaceman wants to see so badly? Llama, get your prediction in, mate. What do you reckon? Usually when you make a prediction, you're not too far off. I'm really tempted to drop Van der Merch because he's been. Do you know what I am? I'm going to fucking drop him. He's been shite. Santos, it's your time. You need to step up. Yep, I'm going to leave Dominici in the midfield. We'll give Grandjean another run out up top. Or will we? Or will we? Who's technically the better player? Yeah, you're supposed to be the better striker. Okay. Right, yeah, let's go with this. Let's give the fans something to cheer. Yep, cracking reaction from the boys. They obviously love the fans. Right, let's get into it, shall we? It's going to be a tough one. Let's try and play down how good they are. Everyone's good in this division, we'll say. I've got Toko Akambi. Interesting. I thought they splashed out on a young Aswijani striker. Let's get creative from the off, come on. Darbo in midfield. Finds Farino. No, he doesn't. It's overhit. They've got a chance to deliver from a free kick. And we seem to deal with it quite well. Oh, it's a good block. Out for a corner. They're taking the game to us early on. Decent delivery, but we do deal with it well. Santos on the break now. Finds himself in space. Can he work across in angle? He can. He's cleared to the edge. Farino now on the other side. Farino! Oh, it's just wide. It's just tucked wide. Perez heads back to the keeper. Can he get us going now? Can he start an attack? Bar looking to play out of the back. Nope, goes home. Our midfield have dropped very deep. All three of them. It's not really what I want to see. But here's Farino. Good ball in. Grandjean peels. Grandjean finds the back of the net. What a strike. That pretty much came out of nowhere. It looked like quite a routine move from us. Yeah, we get the ball wide nicely. Farino hits a diagonal ball. And Grandjean, he just seems to just peel off the defender there. It's a great piece of movement. And do you know what? Both of his goals tonight have come in similar fashion. Where he's just, edged in front of that defender. Anticipating the ball in behind just a second sharper than the defender is himself. 3 men going to close down the keeper. Why are we doing that? Okay, they've peeled in behind now. Toko Akambi, he's not going to miss that, is he? He's not going to fucking miss that. It's not a bad goal from them, but Voin just seems to let him just ghost past him. I guess that is his positional play that we identified earlier on as being a weakness. Such a shame because he can be solid, but did not look anything like solid just then. Okay, can we respond? Grandjean finds himself in acres of space down that side. Nyonto drives into the box. Keeper makes a good save. They tries to play out from a throw in. Can we turn this over? They go back to the keeper, that's good. Force him back. Can we make him go long maybe? Back to the keeper again. Close him down. There we go. There's the long ball. Can we now win that back? Yes, we have. Farino driving into the half space between centre back and full back, and it's a tame shot. I'm not quite sure why he took it on. Hello, the salmon. Thanks a lot for tuning in, buddy. No worries about being late. You just drop in whenever you fancy. It's not a problem. You've missed a couple of okay games. First one we won 2-0. Second one we drew 0-0. Could have won it right at the death, but didn't. We're playing a bit better in this one. Continue driving at the defender. It's a good tackle though, strong tackle. Now they look to play out. Ball over the top again. Keeper does well. Holds on to it as well. That's what you want. Let's create something before half time, shall we? Come on. Santos. Grandjean. Back to Santos. Grandjean finds himself with the ball again. Montigny. We're working this nicely. There we go. Get it into the wide area. Santos with a crossing opportunity. And it's a tame header. Keeper plucks it out of the sky with ease. Santos in the wide area again. Another cross. Another clearance. We really do need to improve his crossing. Dominici, that's a good ball. Nyonto. Oh, Nyonto! Flashes it wide. That was a big chance. Oh, I'd have banked on him finishing that. Let's play the revenge card and hope it doesn't result in a red card. We can still go up a gear here. We're still not firing in all cylinders. I do think we can play better than this. Just keep an eye on players to sub. I think I'm going to keep an eye on Santos because he's put a few poor quality crosses into the box. Just wondering whether Van der Merch off the bench can turn his form around, because he's had a couple of stinkers in the previous 2 games tonight. And that's not good defending, but the keeper off his line quickly to save us. Dominici now with a chance to put the ball in the box. He does, and we flash the header over the bar. I think it might be time for a change at the 60th minute. Yeah, do you know what? I think Santos has had a steady game, but when it's mattered, he's not put any kind of quality cross into the box. So we're going to bring on Van der Merch, who's got slightly better crossing. Louis Montagnier struggled, so I think we're going to take him off as well. Going to move Gnonto over. And we're going to give Sommer some more minutes. And see how we get on. Okay, Bar with the throw. There's Grandjean in the wide area. Farino. There's no one in the centre of the box. But there is someone on the edge of the box. Dominici gets the shot off. Van der Merch driving. Easy save for the keeper to make there, to be honest. I want to demand more from these boys. Come on. Here's Dominici. Rui Perez. Just ticking over in midfield. And I'm not sure what Dominici was going for there. Here he is again. Some more simple passes played that time. Gnonto now driving at the defence. Or the midfield rather. Van der Merch in the wide area. Here's Gnonto. He's hit the post. He's hit the fucking post from 6 yards. And that's offside, I think. Yeah, Van der Merch is offside. How has Gnonto not buried that? I think we're going to go with Geoffroy down that left side. Give us some creativity, hopefully. He's not as good defensively as Farino, though, so we are opened up a little bit now. Demanding more from the boys. Sommer lays it off. Okay, this is where they might hurt us. Okay, no, that's good. They've gone long and they haven't. It's a poor ball into the wide area. Bar picks up the scraps nicely, though. Rui Perez gets us going. Dominici. That's a cracking pass. Gnonto bearing down on goal. It's a tame finish again. Dominici. He's had a good game, to be fair to him. Strong game. Here he is again. Finds Van der Merch in the wide area. Dominici's running things. Van der Merch with a cross. They clear the first one. Dominici with a strike. They close it down well. And they go out with a long ball now into the channel. Oh no, this is dangerous. And the keeper's forced to make a good save. Their chance from the corner now. Ball into the box. We deal with it. Oh no, okay, we're fouled in the box, apparently. Gnonto's really having a bad game, look. And now I can't take him off. It looks like we're going to labour to another draw. Unless we can work something from this. I don't think we can though. I don't think there's time. There's not time. And it's another draw. There were some positives. Not quite sure what to make of that one. They are a good side. They're currently top with that point. And I mean, they didn't beat us. It's the first goal we've conceded in 6 games, sorry. Let's praise Montagnier's training because his performances in games have not been great, so we need to try and boost his confidence a little bit. I do think we were unlucky to not come away with the 3 points there. It's got to be said. Um, I didn't really know how to handle that one, to be honest. I don't think Christensen's going to play many games, but see that he's not good enough. It's tough though, because he's been right with us from almost the beginning. Sign him on a free transfer. He's probably he is on his way out though, isn't he? To be fair, he's not going to sign a new contract, I don't think. Oh well. Llama, you reckon that the AI started playing very cautiously against my tactic because we're exceeding expectations in the league? Yes, I mean, it's certainly possible. Not leaving us as much space to play in. Yeah, I mean, do you mean space between the lines or space in behind? Because all we need is a bit of space in behind. Do you mean they're dropping deep with a low block and making us try and break them down? And I think, yeah, certain games we just probably don't have the quality to be able to do it. It has felt a bit like that, hasn't it? We just need that one player that can just unlock the door. I think Dominici, he came close, didn't he, to be fair, in that last game. He had a really strong performance. And he was finding those passes just into the half spaces. You know, those diagonal through balls to the wing backs. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Llama. They are certainly sitting deeper. We didn't really get down the sides too much, did we? To be fair, and you know, get a good crossing opportunity. And then when we did in the first half, Santos's delivery wasn't good enough. So you know, it's a case of making sure that when we do get into a crossing position, that we're putting a quality ball into the box. No problem, Spaceman. Thanks a lot for tuning in for your first stream, mate. I hope you did enjoy it. And I'd love to see you back in the chat. It's been nice having you this evening. Yeah, and again, apologies that we couldn't deliver that win you're after. I'm sure we all would have liked to have seen one. But yeah, until next time, buddy, take care of yourself. And I hope to deliver you a nice win if you join us another time. I think that could work, Llama. We could have a look at the training and try and emphasise some overlaps or something. To be fair, we're just recovering from the last game. Right. So the game is here. Our next game is against Marador here. Chance creation. That's good. We need that there. Transition. Ball retention. No, I don't want ball retention. Ball distribution is fine. But here, we're going to have attacking. Attacking overlap. That's what we'll do in there. Yeah, we'll go with that. Attacking overlap session. And I think what we'll do is we'll make this Marador game the last one. Let's hope we can get a win. They're underachieving. We're at home. Will hopefully be a recipe for a W. But you never know. The way we're playing at the moment, we're a bit hit and miss, aren't we? I'm really liking how Bar is coming along. And to be honest, I'm not doing him justice by playing him at the back, but he's so tempting to play there because of some of his attributes. He's quick, strong, good in the tackle, good passer of the ball. I mean, to be honest, he's probably the perfect halfback. But I really struggled to bring a centre back in the summer. So I think maybe he'll play there this season or up until January. And then if we can identify a centre back transfer target, we can then think about pushing Bar higher up the pitch. Although then he takes Rui Perez's place. And he's been Mr. Consistent for us in that role. Decisions, eh? Decisions. Killian Collin from Nice. They do produce some good youngsters. Scouting meeting can wait. We're between windows at the moment. I'll start thinking about scouting or looking at the reports that have come in, sorry, maybe in a couple of weeks' time. Apologies for the midstream save, but better safe than sorry when it comes to the game crashing or whatnot. Okay. Come on. Hurry up. Liam, you went and lost 8-3 on aggregate in the playoffs when the first leg was 0-0. You've shipped 8 goals in a single game. What were you doing, mate? Hopefully we can creep towards this game a bit quicker. Who did you play in the playoff semis as well, Liam? Scout meeting can wait, like I say. Let's get to this game and hopefully get ourselves the second W of the evening. We've won 1 and drawn 2 so far. I mean, not terrible. And we are currently 6th, which I have to be happy with. But, I don't know. I just feel like At least one of those draws should have been a win. I think I'll reinstate Van der Merch to that right wing back role. Hopefully he's heeded his warning of being dropped for the last game and decides to up his performance levels. I've just seen as well that the team we just drew 1-1 against, Mifala Maliki, have just gone and absolutely battered bottom of the table 6-0. So, I mean, at least we're not them. And you'd like to think that there's not really a chance of us getting dragged into a potential relegation scrap. I know it's very early to be saying that, but, you know, unless something catastrophic happens, you'd like to think we'll be okay. I'm going to try and keep Nyonto on his toes and not let him know that he's a sure thing to start as well, because he was pretty poor last game. In fact, he was more than pretty poor. I might bench him. I think he ended up on like a 5.9 or a 6 match rating. Awful. Dreadful stuff from him. Who, and I mean, usually he's our best player. So... Again, it keeps telling me to use the good youth facilities, but if it actually gave me a decent youth intake, I might be inclined to. I think I'm going to make a lot of players available for the 20s game. Although, when is it? Let's have a look. Schedule. Calendar. So we play... Okay, they play tomorrow, that's fine. So I'm going to make them all available. And then whoever doesn't play for us today will play for the 20s tomorrow. That's fine. What I didn't want to do is say, yeah, everyone can play for the 20s, and then they're all ineligible because they've played on the same day. Right, here we go, guys. The game is now upon us. Right, Van der Merch, we're going to reinstate you at right wing back. Nyonto, I mean, I'm very tempted to fuck him off because his last performance, 5.9. Yeah, do you know, oh, you can't put in a 5.9 match rating. You can't be doing it. Having said that, I really don't want to bench him. No, let's go with this. If he puts in anything other than a decent performance in the first half, he's coming off. And I can't help but feel like if it was anyone else on the pitch that put in a 5.9, I'd be benching him for this game. But he can be so good for us. Get out there and make a difference. Come on. Okay, he looks happy but not motivated. Okay, come on, guys. Hopefully we can secure a big win at home. We're getting creative from the first whistle, hopefully. We're certainly putting on the pressure at the back. Quiet first 5 though. Dominici finds Van der Merch. He finds Montagnier in the half space, in the channel, and we win a corner. Farino's over there to take the in-swinger. Ooh. We blaze it over the bar from about 12 yards. They go long from the goal kick. Joan wins his header. Very nice. Rui Perez pulling the strings in there for us. Darbo. Good ball over to Gnonto. We've got it in the central area again with Darbo. It's a good ball. That's a really well worked move. And the keeper has to make a really good save there to keep us out. Some good football from us. Dominici now with the set piece. Oh, what has Gnonto done? Something tells me that he is going to be going through a torrid vein of form. Because he was basically on the line there. He just had to let the ball hit him and it'd go in. It was harder to miss. Van der Merch wins another corner. Farino's over at the far side to take it. Whips it in. The in-swinger. Keeper gathers it with absolute ease. Dominici now. That's a good ball. Gnonto finds Farino. Gnonto's got it again. Oh, and he's... To be fair, he's made up for it there, hasn't he? The keeper's not covered himself in glory, but Gnonto has rifled that. And you feel like the power is just beating the keeper there. He gets a hand to it. Gnonto cuts inside. Yeah, okay, no. The keeper's not done well there. Chocolate wrists. Absolute chocolate wrists. I'll take it though. I will absolutely take it. And if that means that Gnonto now goes on and has a good game, fantastic. Let's carry on being creative. Get the second whilst we're on top. Come on. Darbo with the ball this time. Montagnier picks it up at the back stick. Fizzed in by Van der Merch. Headed out. Dominici on the edge of the box. Dominici rifles one top bins. Joseph Dominici. We do well here. We recycle possession. They clear the lines the first time. Dominici with a nice little 1-2 with Montagnier, and he just rifles that across the keeper. There's absolutely no chance that the keeper saves that one. I mean, if his chocolate wrists couldn't keep the first one out, then he's not keeping that one out from Dominici, is he? Definitely not. And it looks like the shackles are off, guys. Oh, hang on, they've got a corner now. Of course they have. Oh, what a block that is on the line. And we'll take the free kick. Okay. They seem to have responded since conceding the second. Chance for them to work a crossing position. They do get the cross in. We had the first one away. We clear the second ball. That's good. Gnonto breaks now. With pace, he can hurt teams here. Grandjean drives into the box. Rattles it off someone's shins. Darbo's dispossessed. That's cheap. Wanted too much time on the ball there. Their chance from the corner. We break out now with Rui Perez. Can he pick someone out? He can. Montagnier driving inside off that channel now. Darbo picks it up in a central area. And it's a tame shot. He didn't need to shoot that early. We had numbers in the attack there. Good first half though, I can't complain. Keep it going. Keep this going. That's a great ball for Gnonto. Keeper has looked less than convincing. I feel like we should be shooting on sight because he looks ropey. Rui Perez now finds Farino. He's dispossessed. Chance for them to break now maybe. No, Darbo's over there. Shuts it down. Dominici with a good pass. Farino. Oh. Why is he not looking for the cross there? His instructions are set specifically to not shoot very often and to cross more often. Okay, we make a meal of it. We do clear that free kick. Only out for a corner though. Gnonto on the break. This is where he can hurt teams if he opens up. Gnonto driving at the defence. And he slots it away for 3-0. That's the Gnonto we know and love. Breaks away at some pace. Defenders just can't get near him, and when they do, it's too late. He is rapid, and with the weak foot, with the swinger, the left peg, he just guides it into the far corner, which makes you wonder, why can't he finish from a yard out? I guess we'll never know. Our keeper makes a good save to keep it 3-0. That's great to see. I think I'm going to change both wing backs in a second because Van der Merch is looking complacent. Farino's had a good game, but he plays a lot of minutes for us, so any opportunity to rest him we should take. And Geoffroy's still learning to play out there, so he could do us some minutes. In the meantime, here's Gnonto, pulls it to the edge for Grandjean. Dominici now. Here's Darbo. Him and Dominici just playing between themselves. That's a good ball for Van der Merch. Crossing position, pulls it to the edge. The keeper's made a meal of it again. I tell you what, he can't catch anything. Let's make those changes. Van der Merch, you're coming off for Santos. Farino, we're going to take the opportunity to give you a rest for Geoffroy. And we will see how that goes. Here's Hoan at the back now. We're controlling the game very, very well. Here's Geoffroy in the wide area. Crossing opportunity maybe. Gets his cross in. They clear it well. But we keep possession on the edge. Playing it in a nice little triangle here in the midfield. Gnonto heads it back. Darbo. Gnonto again with a strike. Oh, the keeper's held that one to be fair. He can catch. Dominici with a corner. It's a decent delivery. Headed over to the back stick. Rui Perez is there but rifles it against someone's shins. And... oh, Geoffroy with a... it's a good tackle. That could have been a dangerous attack for them, so that was a good tackle. Right, last 15. I feel like we should give an opportunity. I think Dominici's been good. I want to see... where is he? Pierre Hubert. I want to see him. For the last 15, I want to see him do something. Show us why we picked you up on a free. Okay, throw in. Geoffroy in a wide area, chance to cross. He does, and there it is. There's number 4. Louis Montagnier has been quiet in the last couple of games. Geoffroy picks him out of a nice cross, and he's there at the back stick just to head it home. This is the big win that Spaceman wanted. We'll have to let him know that unfortunately it came a game too late. He'd already left the stream, bless him. Can we keep this clean sheet now? They've had 1 shot on target all game, guys, and they've had more with the ball. And look at the chances we're creating. This is the back attack in full force. Hubert with the set piece now. Good delivery into the box. But they do head it clear. Chance for them to break on us now unless someone can get back. Okay, there's no time for the attack. Thank God for that. And we take the clean sheet. 4-0. Fantastic win at home. The fans will be buzzing with that. Very pleased with the result and the performance. As we all should be. Spaceman would be too if he was here. I'm going to have to at him with a screenshot of the result. And let him know he left too early. Great game. Not really a fan of giving players a day off. Can't lie. Yonto was brilliant, to be fair. Let's give him some praise. Try and stop him from slumping back into some shit form. He's now worth 10 million. What did we pay for him? I think it was only 2 or 3 million. Oh no, sorry. 4.5 we paid for him. Rising to 5.5. He's already worth 10. That looks like it was a great bit of business already. Perfect player for us in the inside forward role. And I think, yeah, with 15 days until the next game, that is a brilliant time to call it a day. So, thank you very much everyone for joining me this evening. I really appreciate your support, as always. Great to see some more new faces in the chat, building on the newbies that we had on Monday. So that's great stuff. And yeah, until next time, guys, stay safe, take care. And I can't wait to catch up with all your content as well. So, yeah, great stuff.